Hi, I'm MJ from Lioness Publications, and this afternoon we are going to look at Mark Zuckerberg. He is, in effect, the leader of Facebook. And the reason we're looking at him is he's sort of in that period between 40 and 45 when you have a lot of astrological patterns happening. But he also has other patterns happening that are likely making it difficult in the current environment. And it sort of shows, as we're going to go through this, you'll see what I mean. So let's start. We've got on 7-8, we have Uranus that is in conjunct Pluto. Uranus is what? It's the shock, electric shocks, changes. In conjunct, you can't get there from here. Think of it that way. It's a break and adjust. And this is on Pluto. Pluto is his control. So it's either his control, his manipulation of things. So think of this as cracks are appearing in his authority. So his leadership may be questioned. He may find it difficult to find the right path forward. Let's take a look at the next one. And that's on 8-2. We've got Uranus in conjunct Neptune. In this case, Uranus again, but this time it's to what? His vision. So he has a pretty rude awakening to the fact that maybe his vision is not possible. Okay? Maybe it's not going to work in today's environment. The next one we have, 8-16. We've got Saturn square Neptune. In this case, Saturn is what? Since it's square, which is a difficult angle, Saturn is restriction. What is the restriction on? His vision. Okay, so what, in effect, he would want to see and think of it for what he's involved in, maybe Facebook. In effect, it's not happening. So disillusioned authority. Now, this is a square, so he can still get to where he wants to be. It just takes a lot more work. Excuse me. In this case, he's caught between the expectations of people and his vision. So in some cases, things just may not be able to get done, literally, to what he expects. Okay? The next one we have is on 8-30. This one is Saturn in conjunct Pluto. We're getting quite a few things on Pluto, and they're in conjunct. In this case, think of it that he's starting to get cornered by the forces that he has created. So Saturn is what? It's restrictions on what? Well, in effect, it's restrictions because he can't get to where he wants to go, which is the control. So the forces he has created are actually backing him into a corner. This could be that he now needs to justify doing things. And this may tie in a little bit to the government. So maybe they want answers to things where maybe before they were not so attuned to what corporations were doing. Next one is actually a nice angle. This is on 9-10. This is Jupiter trying Mars. In this case, we have momentum. We have high performance. Think of it as a thoroughbred that has an open tractor on. But, there's always a but. In this case, it's not like you have unlimited time to do that. So all these other angles are going on, and at some points he will be able to move ahead and get done, because this is on Mars, so he's got opportunities to get things done, but maybe not so much with his visions. Next one we have is on 9-15. We've got Neptune square Neptune, and this, in effect, is crisis of vision. Misguided, outdated, he's adrift. His vision isn't working. Okay. Not to say that it's always not going to be working, but right now it's not working. It's a square, so it's not like he can never get there. It just means he needs to adjust things to sort of focus, look at what the current environment is. On 10-10, we have Uranus in conjunct Neptune, and we already had that. In this case, again, it's awakening to a different world. His vision has been disrupted. It's fractured. He can't get there. It's an inconjunct. And this may, as I noted, this may be due to the current environment. On 10-19, he's got Neptune in conjunct Pluto. And in this case, erosion of power, manipulation possibly by outside forces. So maybe outside forces coming in to cause trouble, to try, and create a power struggle. Again, a lot of this is about power and about his vision and how it's going to be difficult for him to get there. Next one we have is Uranus in conjunct Pluto. So we're coming back, in effect, to something we had before. So this is his cracks in authority. What he's built is actually probably shakier than he thinks. So he has, some of these are things that happen, when you're between 40 and 42, sort of like that midlife crisis. But since he's the CEO of Facebook, the leader of Facebook, it's going to take on a different importance versus just being a regular person that, maybe owns a gas station, a laundromat. So it's a little different. It is a different environment, regulatory environment than it has been. So it's difficult to adjust in these cases. So he's having issues with power, with control. He's having issues with his vision. And some of this, if you remember, a few days ago, he actually had some type of product offering where he was on stage and was dealing with AI, and it wasn't working. He tried it a few times, and it didn't work. Now, we may try and do a few other CEOs over the next few days just to get an idea of where they're currently placed. We're not going to go into detail on their personal life. This is pretty much just how their angles might be affecting how they're managing the companies that they are leaders of. I hope you enjoyed this and have a good day. Bye now.